Hello everyone, welcome back to the lesson. Here we are going to discuss on higher order functions which are map, reduce and filters. These can be applied on dictionaries and array to get our result faster and even easy to read. So let's start. First of all, let's create an array. Numbers. Now let's give it a number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now we are going to apply higher order functions on this array. So let's see how map works. So let's create that map array is equals to array number dot map $0 into 2. So what happened here is that this map with this bracket traversed the whole array, and what it does is that it transformed our array by multiplying each element by 2. So this $0 we are accessing elements and our array is being transformed. So let's print this array and run the code. So here we can see our results that our array is being transformed. 1 is changed to 2, 2 is changed to 4, and every element is being multiplied by 2 and our array is being transformed. Whenever you need to transform an array, you will use map. Now let's see how filter works. Let's say that filter array is equals to array number dot filter. Again, let's access the element first. So what it does is that here we have access each element and we have divided that element by 2, and if the remainder is 0, it's going to filter out those numbers. So any guesses what our new array is going to return? Right, let's look at what is returning. Let's run this code and see. We have 2 and 4 among these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? Because if you are going to divide 2 by 2, its remainder will be 0. Similarly, if you are going to divide 4 by 2, its remainder would also be 0. So we have got a new array, filtered 1. So if you need to filter our array with some condition, we will use filter. Now let's look at what reduce is used for. So now let's create a reduced array. Array number dot reduce. So here we have applied reduce to our array. The 0 is the initial value, which will be like result plus element. So this is result, which will be 0 plus 1, returning 1, then 1 plus 2. So what we can say is that it's similar to result is equals to result plus element. So it's going to add again and again, and it's going to return the final result. So let's look at what our reduce array has to return. So it returned one string value, which is 15. How 15? Thus reduce function simply added the elements in our array, and the 0 defines our initial value. So if I'm going to change this to 2, it's going to turn out, so it's going to result in 17. So here we can see why, because it started from 2 plus 1, 3, and then onwards 3 plus 2, and then is going to repeat the same for every element until it reaches 5. So map is used to transform our array by performing any arithmetic operation, whereas filter is used to filter our array by adding condition to it, and reduce is used to perform operation to the whole array returning one single element. So this is how a higher order function can be used instead of using for loop or any other loops. So now let's look at how dictionary works within higher order functions. And here we have a struct. Now we are going to implement higher order function in this dictionary. So let's start. First of all, let's start with map. So map basically transforms our array. So let's say if I need to do upgrading, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that upgraded score is equals to our array person dot map And by $0 what it does is that it accesses the object. So we are going to say $0 dot score plus 3. So here we have incremented the scores by 3. From $0 it accessed the object, and using dot score what we did is that we access the value of each individual objects. So now let's print our upgraded score. So here we have 83, 53 and 93. So it has upgraded all the scores. So it has transformed our scores. Next we have filter, and let's say if I need to check those users or those person who have cleared the exam and passing marks are 60. So let's say let pass students is equals to array person dot filter, and in this filter what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the condition dot score is greater than 60. It is going to check those users or those person with a score of greater than 60. It's going to add those students in our pass students. So let's print pass students. So here we can see we have got person named John and person named Kareem. So two of them have had score of greater than 60. So what we did is we applied array person dot filter with a score greater than 60, and we got the filtered array. Next we have reduce, and let's say if I need to calculate the mean of the score. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do let sum score is equals to array person dot filter. Okay, this will be reduced, and we are going to set initial value 0. Let's declare result comma element. Now let's calculate the sum of the scores. So let's say return result plus element. Now element here is complete object, so we need to get the score. So here it runs the loop throughout the dictionary, and it adds the scores of each person, resulting in the total score. Now let's calculate let mean is equals to sum score divided by array person dot count, and let's print average score. And here we have got our average score. So there are various advantages of using higher order functions in Swift. One of it is that we can avoid adding our own functionality or customize one with using different loops, whereas we already have functionality present in Swift. So we can achieve more with less, and which means that we can get the same outcome with a very few lines. It makes our code concise and very easy to understand. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for further lessons.